Good evening and welcome to a late night video. I'm going to call this one, how's your algorithm tonight? Because this is quite a funny rundown of what my Facebook actually looks like at the moment. And you might be saying, here Geoff, are you just doing this because you forgot that it was Black Friday and you forgot that you'd promised Ugreen that you would do a video for them and you've been too busy driving all around Europe and everywhere and you forgot about it? Yes, that's true. But the thing is with the Ugreen products is I don't actually mind promoting them to you because I do actually think they're pretty decent. So we'll do a Ugreen advert at some point in this funny video. But for now, let's kick off right from the top. And by the way, that is not AI. That is a genuine dealership that I drove past yesterday. How clean does that Opel Cavalier look? Moving from cars that we do want to cars that we don't want. This is my Facebook feed on a Friday night. Come on, Geoff, you can do it. Limited time Armada 5 lease deals. £180 a month. Can you believe that the Armada 5 is available for £180 a month? Is it any wonder that we're seeing loads of them out there? Because a poor product sells on its price. As I've said before, as I was told when I was selling mobile phones back in the day. Now, a car that we do actually want, check out this one. This is in my Facebook feed today. Autocar. Genesis reveals a wild super estate to fight the BMW M5 Touring. The G90 Wingback previews an estate version of the Korean luxury brand's flagship saloon in high-performance Magma form. So Magma is the high-performance version of Genesis, and they're cool as hell. And it's going to be a rival for the M5 Touring. Now, interestingly, I've done a lot of talk lately about what cars are and aren't selling. BMW launched the M5, then they launched the M5 Touring, and they had so many orders for the M5 Touring, they basically had to phone up all their staff and say, would you mind coming back to work to put in some extra shifts because everybody wants an M5 Touring? So it's no surprise that Genesis is launching a rival. It's going to have a 3.5 litre petrol V6 with 375 horsepower or 409 horsepower. However, we're not getting it in the UK because we're a third world country, but doesn't it look fantastic? Look at that front end. It's so cool. It's like what the Porsche Taycan should have been. I think this is a great looking car. I've got shades of Jaguar in here. Definitely a bit of Taycan Cross Turismo, a bit of Audi RS6. This green is wonderful. So there we go. Finally, a car that I actually like the look of. Not sure about the name Wingback. Sounds like a footballer. But there we go. Something in my Facebook feed that I actually like, because mostly your Facebook feed is full of rubbish. Let's interrupt this video to do an advert for Ugreen that I tried to film earlier on and it didn't go very well, but I genuinely do rate their products and they've got some great Black Friday deals on, which you can read about in the pinned comment. Right. How well would you say it? Do you mind? I'm trying to film an advert. How well would you say it survived being dropped?
Not saying we dropped it on purpose.
Well, we didn't drop it on purpose, but it definitely got dropped. Is it all right?
It's fine.
So we can say it's pretty durable. Good. Should we go and eat? Yes. Let's go and eat. I was supposed to be filming the Ugreen advert today, but unfortunately we ended up travelling. However, I have been using this product since it arrived, and it is brilliant. So it's got a pull-out little, it's got a pull-out thing there. Oh, yeah, I can't do it with one hand. Pull that out. Is that all it was?
Yeah.
So that's attached, but it also functions as a handle, like the other one I had. And this is a really powerful one. This is 45 watt. How many amp hours?
I know what type.
It's 10,000 milliamp hour. So as you can see, I am genuinely using it right now to charge my phone whilst we work out where we're going and order food. Would you like to use my personal hotspot?
Yes, please.
Well, you can, because my phone is charging on the Ugreen Powerbank and I have enough power for you to use my internet, because you're on a business tariff and that means that they don't actually give you any internet when you go abroad. What are you ordering, guys? What would you all like?
I
think I'm talking to everyone on YouTube.
Can you give me some more?
175,000 portions of chicken wings, please. Oh no, we're not at 175,000 yet. We're almost there. Right.
Just keep this as a snack, and then we'll get some actual other food.
Yeah, but I don't know what everybody else is doing who's watching. Very quickly then, because I know you hate watching adverts, I've got 3 products I want to show you. It's this little plug thing. It's flipping amazing. USB and 2 USB-C outs. Really powerful. And this one that you can plug loads of devices into, keep it in your home. And this one, which is a power bank, and genuinely, it's been absolutely brilliant. I've been using it whilst I've been abroad. We've actually used it every day. It's powerful, it's easy to use, and it doesn't break when you drop it. I've been using Ugreen products for a little while now, and honestly, they are fantastic. The little plugs are brilliant. The power banks are great, and I can rate them. They're well built. They feel like they're good quality. They're reasonably priced, and I genuinely use them, and that's what makes the difference. That's why I don't mind hosting them on the channel. Back to the video, let's do this one. The BYD Sea Lion 7 is now only £335 a month, including the VAT. But what's most interesting about this is being promoted on a sponsored post by Auto Trader. So Auto Trader, not comfortable, well, not happy enough to be ripping off their customers, and by customers I mean the traders who pay to put cars on the Auto Trader platform. They are now directly competing with the people who are paying them to advertise cars on their own platform. They are shooting everybody in the foot and the face at the same time. Auto Trader, what are you doing? I've got some interesting videos coming up about what's going on at Auto Trader, but I just find it bizarre that Auto Trader are paying Facebook to promote the BYD Sea Lion on a lease deal via Auto Trader Leasing. Auto Trader have completely lost the plot. Right, Land Rover. This is really interesting. Here's a post from Land Rover Discovery. No, it's no longer Land Rover or JLR. This is Land Rover Discovery as a brand in itself. What will happen next is they'll drop the Land Rover name, and then they'll try to think that they've got away with the fact that they've been making unreliable cars for the last decade because of a branding exercise. But what's really interesting is if you read the comments on Land Rover Discovery's latest post, they're all positive. Great car. I'm on my second one. These are great. I love mine. Beautiful car. HSSE Sports, sweet spot. Love mine until got more lights than a Christmas tree. But normally, if you went back in time and went on a Jaguar Land Rover post or a Land Rover post or a Discovery post, all the comments would be people who were desperately trying to get their car back from the dealerships because it's broken. And this says to me that Jaguar Land Rover, because they haven't been making any cars for a while, like 2 months, they've got loads of time on their hands to delete Facebook comments. So let's leave that there. This is a good one. This is in the Something Doesn't Add Up Geoff Facebook group. The Amazon trees bulldozed to build a highway for the Global Climate Summit. Did you hear about this one? There were 100,000 Amazon rainforest trees cut down to make a road so that they could get to the Climate Summit, which caught fire. Massive fires broken out at the COP30 Climate Change Conference in Belém, Brazil. So that's good. Net zero continues to be a lot hotter than we expected. This is another one from Something Doesn't Add Up. Geoff, if you can find this group, it is heavily shadow banned. Digital ID. This is from the news today. Cannot be saved. MPs are told no one believes it's about immigration, which we all know and you all know, and we all tried to tell you, but apparently we are managing to get through to the people. Finally, they are starting to see, because previously the people didn't see. Here's Top Gear. Top Gear have also taken the JQ money, an advertisement, test drive the JQ7. Proving that virtually every UK automotive media outlet has been completely bought and paid for by China. Here's the Herefordshire Community Forum, posted by AFH Group Herefordshire. I choose love. I choose inclusion. I choose empathy, compassion, equality, dignity, diversity. I choose community, kindness, integrity, honesty, respect. I choose justice. I choose facts, peace, the planet. I choose humanity, and I choose love. And that's great. But the problem is, there's quite a lot of I don't know how much I could say. I got sent a great post yesterday about all this. There's a lot of people who are coming into our country who don't believe in any of this, and they believe that you are an infidel because you choose love, depending on the kind of love that you choose. They've got instructions on how to stone you, and I don't mean cannabis. Let's move on. Just Japanese. I'm going to do a video with Just Japanese next week because they've got an EV van and it's been an absolute disaster. But here's Melissa from London collecting her Suzuki Hustler Turbo. This is a car that I actually want. I saw the Suzuki Hustlers when I was in Sri Lanka, I think. Might have been Dubai, I can't remember. And they're just wicked, like small little cars, turbo, petrol engines. They make so much sense, and I like them a lot. That popped up in my Facebook feed. Then we've got this one. This is funny. Evans Halshaw, BYD. Discover the Dolphin Surf for £199 a month with a £199 deposit. That is hard to argue with, isn't it? What's the mileage on that? 49-month term, 6,000 miles a year. But then we go over to this one, which is hilarious. This is from the BYD Owners Club. Disappointed is the title. These cold days are killing my battery. I only have a crappy 130 something to start off with, which I thought would be fine for what I use, but not if it's taking double the miles that I'm actually doing. Winter will be busy charging the thing. I feel like wrapping her up and potentially myself. This is again in the something doesn't add up Geoff group. Somebody getting significantly less range than they were promised, which is a bit of a trend in EVs. Speaking of which, let's talk about the Fiat 500. This is all from my Facebook feed. This is all stuff that is being pushed to me. The algorithm thinks I want this stuff, which I actually do for content. 64 horsepower hybrid powertrain, manual box, a 0 to 60 time of 17.3 seconds. How in 2025 are we producing a car that could do 0 to 60 in only 17.3? And I know I've said that 0 to 60 is irrelevant, but it's irrelevant after a point. Like once you get faster than 8-9 seconds, yeah, I'm good, all that's fine. But 17.3, I mean, you are having a laugh there. And Chris says surely they could have tried for a bit more than 64 horsepower. And Chris, you're not wrong. Next up, KGM UK, another rebranded Korean. Are they Korean? This was SsangYong. They're no longer called SsangYong. They're now called KGM, and they're offering £500 off. Great, because as I said before, a poor product sells on its price. Jeep UK as well, they're at it. They're sponsoring. They're paying to get their advert in front of my eyes. Start your Jeep adventure today. Book a test drive. They're desperate for people to book test drives. The Jeep Avenger 4XE. It's got all the way up this mountain, but there ain't no chargers up there, so no thank you. What we got next? JQ. Oh yeah, JQ sponsored post. They are spending more on marketing than they are on importing spare parts. The JQ7 is a business asset. No, it's absolutely a liability. I did business studies. Trust me, that's a liability. The Labour Party. The Labour Party are posting because what's Farage done? Farage's man has been sent down for 10.5 years for taking pro-Russian bribes. The Labour Party are saying that Farage is betraying Britain in support of a foreign power, which is the opposite of patriotism. And Wayne quite rightly says that's precisely what Labour are doing, betraying the country and its citizens. Don't know about that, Wayne. You're a conspiracy theorist. Let's just look at this one briefly without saying anything about it. So have a look on the screen and see what's there. There certainly seems to be a lot of this going on at the moment. Diversity is indeed our strength. What's this one? Oh, here's another one. Look. Terrifying scenes near the hugely popular Christmas event Winter Wonderland Horror as police hunt down machete-wielding youths in UK City. The UK... It's getting pretty stabby, isn't it? Diversity is our strength. Armada, here's Armada again. Get £3,750 towards the deposit. What? They're literally paying you to take these off the forecourt. Let's get going. Move a bit faster through this video because you'll be here all night and I'll be here all night and I've got another beer in the fridge waiting for me. John says, has anyone heard any news from America? Trump has been cleared of all charges related to his felonies. Nancy Pelosi looks like she was behind the January 6th thing, as it looks like the cops have got every single record of every single member of her staff. Elon and Donald's falling out was a work designed to get the Epstein list out with the other side requests, which they're now trying to prevent, but nothing on the news about it. I wonder why. Of course, this may be incorrect, and I've just been listening to people posting their own views. Don't know on that one, but the good news is I was going to talk about the war with Russia, but it looks like we're doing the electric Volkswagen Transporter instead. This is a fun video, isn't it? I should have beers and make videos more often. Go electric with the VW Transporter T32. You'll be able to get it all the way to the end of your driveway without charging it. 200-mile range and 3 rear seats. There's no way it's doing 200 miles range, especially not when the 3 rear seats are full. £169.99 a month plus VAT. VAT, that's the biggest scam in the world, isn't it? Oh yeah, because it's more money, you've got to pay tax on it. Why don't more people question that? Next up, we've got, it's Cherry, which is basically Armada, which is basically JQ, isn't it? The Cherry Tiggo 8 CSH, which is the JQ J7 without the front grille, pretty much. Book a test drive. No, I'm good, thanks, Cherry. I'm okay. I like my children to be safe. And then there's this one, which is in my Facebook feed. Benjamin Pearson, the Interceptor police car guy. The Volvo 850 T5, the greatest police car ever. Yes, you are correct. Not only have I made videos in the past about the history of the Volvo 850 T5 and how it came to be on the police force, spoiler alert, Sweden, Volvo, were really cheeky, and what they did, when the police were using Carltons and Senators, they gave, for free, a Volvo Turbo to each police force in the UK as a just like, oh, go on, try it, see what you think, have a little go. And that's why the police started using Volvos, because they realised how good they were. Interestingly as well, I know the gentleman that owns this car because I sold him the interior. The interior in that car was out of a Geoff Buys Cars car. Then you got Zigzag Surfing Magazine. Look at the size of that jump on that wave. Absolutely beautiful. Why do I keep going to countries where there's no surf? I've got to sort that out really, haven't I? Lease Loco. They're now pushing the brand new Skoda Enyaq for £249 a month. And that's 10,000 miles per annum. Slightly more sensible mileage there, but you can see there's so many of these leasing deals and these electric things are popping up in my feeds. Right, here you go, the BBC. The BBC loses £1.1 billion as millions of homes refuse to pay the licence fee. Personally, I can't believe it's taken these million homes that long to realise that the BBC is not on your side. Then we got this, which is fun. The Ministry of Defence. The Defence Secretary John Healey this morning confirmed that a Russian spy ship, the Yantar, is on the edge of UK waters, north of Scotland, having entered the UK's wider waters over the last few weeks. So we're looking like we're cooking up a war with Russia. So that's exciting, because I didn't actually have World War III and conscription and war with Russia on my bingo card for this year. I had it for next year, don't get me wrong, but not for 2026. This is going to be tricky, because the UK Army is currently about 75,000 people, which isn't technically enough people to call it an army, and most of them are too busy trying to work out if they're a man or a woman and what they identify as, so that's not going to go well when they come up against Russians, who, as far as I'm aware, are still pretty manly. So that's basically a done deal. So we've lost to Russia. Nice one. Which is funny, because at the same time we're losing to China. So Great Britain, we need to drop the great, don't we? What's next? The Audi e-tron UK group. Again, I'm not a member. Why is the algorithm posting this to me? Can I ask what the deal is with this 80% BS? This is another person that hasn't done their research on EVs before buying one. I wasn't expecting to get 275 miles advertised, but I hadn't seen anything about only charging to 80% until it pinged up on the dashboard. Mine's a lease car, so I'm not worried about what it'd be like in 4 years. Like everyone else who buys an EV, it's not about saving the planet, it's just because you've been forced to have one. 147 miles turned into 115 today when I turned the heaters on. That's hilarious. So if you've been told you're going to get 275 miles, but then you put the heating on and you only get 115, you're getting less than 50% of what you were promised. Good. The gift that keeps on giving. Cupra is another one. £10,000 towards your finance deposit. I mean, tell me you can't shift these things without telling me you can't shift these things. It doesn't help that that is fucking ugly. I don't know if I can say that. Right, this one. Oh, I better not spend too long on this one. The 1939 Act, it's illegal to actually cure it. Which makes sense, because there's so many companies that make so much money out of the fact that this disease is still going. You'd think if they cured it already, then there'd be a lot of companies out of business. So, you know, I'm just another conspiracy theorist wearing a tinfoil hat. This is a good one. I didn't even bother reading it, because what's the point? The couple have even tried dropping the asking price. We are trapped in a flat because no buyer will touch because of a £7,500 service charge. I assume that's £7,500 a year that they have to pay to some fraudulent company that's probably registered offshore to go around and do something once a year. And as a result, they can't sell it. So the myth of the housing market, once again, proves itself to be nothing more than a myth. And finally, this is the final one. This is, again, from the Ford Transit e-Custom Group. Not quite getting the 204 miles advertised, 100% battery, only 153 miles range. And Andy says, it's just like a petrol car, where you never get the advertised miles per gallon. You do if you buy one from about 1996, before the manufacturers all started lying to try and get sales. So lying is basically one of the themes of this video. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope what they called. I hope Ugreen don't mind the advert. Genuinely, I do like the Ugreen products. I have used them on all of my road trips. The Powerbanks are brilliant. The little 12-volt thing that you plug into the car, that thing's flipping ace. The multi-plug that you use in the lounge, and you can have about 12 different devices plugged in, that's excellent as well. So, Ugreen, I love you. Thanks for sponsoring the video. You do actually produce good products that I don't mind promoting, even if my promotion of your products involves a few too many beers and a late night video about what's going on my Facebook. I hope you all enjoyed that. Thank you very much for watching.